Recently I got this awesome helicopter by the RC Expert hobby store, but this one, you know, it's got a very big problem. So when tabletop reviewing this thing really looked awesome, but when I took it out for a flight, you know, this thing didn't perform at all. It was all over the place and I just couldn't control this helicopter, so it's not my fault, so I'm not a very experienced pilot, but you know, this thing have got a very big flaw inside there. So I contacted the store, but they didn't reply at all, so you know, it's a shame, but this thing is unflyable. But you know, I got myself another one. So this one I got from the RTR hobby store, and this thing really looks amazing. So it's not this model inside the box, so let me open it to show you the one I got. This, guys, what do you think of it? Well, appearance wise, this thing is not a killer. So this one is made by RC Era, and RC Era makes great helicopters. So this is the first one that I got from them, and this thing is just amazing. So even my kids fly this thing around. So this one has got a lot of battle scars, you know. We are missing a lot of small details and bits and pieces. And just look at the blades. The blades are all green, and that's because they mowed the grass with it, you know. But you know, it's still in one piece and it's still flying, you know. So yeah, quality wise, RC Era just makes great helicopters. But this one is still on another level. And let me tell you why. So this one has got optical flow, and we've got some LiDAR system inside there, and we can fly it upside down, and it's got a brushless motor all into one package. And this one will set you back, I think it was around 80 bucks or something. So I'll put the link down below to the RTR hobby store where I got it from, you know. But this thing, you know, it doesn't cost a lot of money, but you will get a lot of helicopter for the price. So what came inside the box? Obviously the helicopter, the transmitter, we've got some instructions, some spare blades and props, we've got the USB charger, mine came with 2 batteries, and I've got some tools. But you know, let's have a closer look at the transmitter. The transmitter runs on 4 AA's, which you need to supply of your own. So the build quality feels very sturdy and the joysticks feel very smooth. So this model will come with exactly the same remote, only in a different color. But you know, the black one, this one looks more cheapies than the grey color, so I really like the grey color. But they are identical to each other. So the controls, we've got the on-off switch sitting right over there. We've got a 3-speed selector sitting right over there. The emergency stop button, obviously the normal joysticks. We've got some trim buttons all around there, and the takeoff and landing button. So control wise, you know, this thing is awesome and the build quality feels very sturdy. So let's have a closer look at the helicopter now. And here's the helicopter, guys. What do you think of it? Well, appearance wise, this one is based on the UH-1, and normally you know the UH-1 from a green attack helicopter in all the movies, you know. But I thought, let's be different, let's get the yellow one, and I must say, I'm totally impressed by it. Just look at all the small details which they have added to this helicopter. Already, I'm in love with it. So we've got a lot of things going on here. You can see all the small rivets. We even got some lights all around the helicopter. So we've got a green one on this side, and a red one on that side, and a red one over there. And that really helps with the orientation when flying around. So we've got some wings sitting right over there. We've got some aerial, or I think it is. So the tail motor, this one is a brushed one, but the main motor is a brushless one. So it should have got a lot more power than that one, because that one has the brushed motor in the front and in the back, but this one is brushless. I'm really looking forward to flying this thing. So underneath the helicopter you will find the LiDAR system sitting right over there, and the optical flow, and this is the battery compartment. So mine came with 2 batteries, but you can also choose one package with 3 batteries, or even one, just what you would prefer. So it's a 2S LiPo battery with 350 milliamps, so it should give it a couple of minutes of flight time. I think it's around 10 minutes or something, but we are going to find that out in a couple of minutes. So at the front of the helicopter, even more details, you know, this thing just looks awesome. So let's turn everything on and let's see what happens. To turn on the helicopter, you've got a small button sitting right over there on the battery. So press and hold this for a second or something and the helicopter should turn on. Oh, and we can already see the lights blinking. So when you have turned on the helicopter, turn on your transmitter and it's going into the rapid flashing. You've got the throttle sitting right over there, go up and down, and it should bind. And it's already bound, so that's really looking forward. So everything is functional, as you can see, and I'm not going to press the takeoff and landing button, otherwise it would crash here on the table. So for now, let's take it outside for a spin. So guys, we're outside and we've got a lovely sunny day today. So it's more or less like 38 degrees or something, but there's a slight breeze, so it's all okay. So the helicopter is down there, so I'm going to press the takeoff and landing button to see what's going to happen. So a little bit of distance, so let's press the takeoff. So here we go. Oh, here we go, guys. Wow, do you see that? So it's got the built-in gyro, 6-axis gyro, we've got LiDAR, and we've got the optical flow. And I'm not doing anything currently, so here are my hands, you know, we're not doing anything, and it's pretty stable in the air. So it's a bit noisy, but it's all fine. Just look at it go, man. Wow, I really like the appearance of this helicopter. This thing really looks awesome. So let's see what happens when we're going to fly it around. So let's put the tail towards me, and let's go forward a little bit. Wow, this thing really flies amazing already. So let's bring that back again. So currently we are at the first speed, so into the low range. And it's already flying pretty nice if you ask me. Yes, this thing is really, really nice. So let's go into full speed into the first speed. So yeah, that's not too fast, but you know, when it's a little bit windy, I really recommend to turn up the speed. Yes, this thing is amazing. So let's bring it back here and let's put it into the high rate. So here it is again. The helicopter's into the high range now, guys, and just look at it fly. This thing really is amazing. So the wind is picking up a little bit, but still we are going to see how this thing flies. So I'm going to floor it all the way forward. So, whoa, yes, the high rate really woken it up a little bit. So let's bring it back again. This thing really is amazing, guys. I am really enjoying this helicopter already. So this is only the first couple of minutes me flying this thing, but I really like it. So let's bring it up close again. Yes, this thing is just awesome, you know, appearance-wise, the speed until now, and so it's a bit windy like I mentioned. So this is me without doing anything, so it's pretty stable. So it's drifting only a tiny bit, you know. But until now the optical flow and the LiDAR and the 6-axis gyro are doing a great job. I'm really enjoying this helicopter. So I'm just going to fly it around and I hope I can show you everything I'm doing. But you know, flying a helicopter and keep it into the picture of the camera is pretty difficult. But I'm going to do my best for you guys. Oh, this thing is amazing. So the previous one, you know, the green one I showed you in the beginning of the video, I tried to fly that one around as well. So that should have like a 6-axis gyro as well. But you know, that thing, as soon as I take off, you know, it went just straight into the trees, into the ground and everything. So I'm not sure what was going on with that helicopter. But there was definitely something wrong with it. So here it is again. But this thing just flies like it should. And I really like this thing. So yeah, just let's go. Yeah, we can do the inverted way, but I'm not confident enough to do that. So I'm not going to demonstrate that to you. There are some very skilled pilots out there on YouTube who can probably do that, but I definitely can't. So I'm just going to keep it into the 6-axis gyro and into the normal mode. But for now, you know, guys, I'm really enjoying this helicopter, appearance-wise, speed-wise. Oh, let's see how fast it goes when we're going upwards. So let's bring it back again here. So here it is. So let's see if we've got plenty of power. Oh, forward a little bit. Full upwards. Yeah, that's not the fastest, to be honest. I was expecting a little bit more with this brushless motor. So going up and down isn't the fastest in my opinion. So let's give that one more shot. So let's bring it back again. Down. Okay, here we go. Full up and full throttle. No, that upwards isn't really the fastest. I was expecting a little bit more out of this one. But you know, it is what it is. So for now, I'm just going to fly this thing around. And then I will come back to you with my final thoughts. Oh yes, this thing is just awesome. Oh, crashed it. So guys, I just crashed the helicopter, but I found it again. So I picked up some leaves with the antenna, as you can see. So that's a pretty funny thing. So another thing, you know, this little tail section just came off, but this one is just pressed into the tail, so that's all fine. But with the other model, I just lost one of those, so I'm going to glue those inside there. And one other thing, I lost the tail rotor, so I can't fly it now. Luckily, there's a spare inside the box, so I'm going to mount that, and then I'm going to fly it for a couple of more minutes. So guys, that was the flying with this RC helicopter from RC Era. And what do I think of it? Well, appearance wise, it can't get any better, you know. This thing just looks amazing, you know. This is just awesome in my opinion. So there are two different color options. So this is the yellow one, but there's also the military one with some cannons and things around there. So I will put the link down below to the helicopter so you can check this out for yourself. So performance wise, well, I was expecting a little bit more. So this one has got a brushless motor and that one has got a brushed motor. So normally brushless means more power, but you know, it was a little bit laggy in my opinion. So when I throttled up full upwards, you know, it was a bit slow, and also when moving around, you know, it was a bit slow in my opinion. So performance wise, it's not the best, but a thing what really do work is the optical flow and the LiDAR right over there. So it was a little bit breezy outside, you know, it was pretty warm, but still, you know, the optical flow and the LiDAR, yeah, kept it all, yes, into one place, you know, so that's all fine. So I really like that option, especially if you're a beginner, you know, then this is very helpful to learning to fly a helicopter. So battery wise, I think I get around 10 minutes flight time of one of those, so that's pretty decent, and that's more than this one. So this one will give you around 7-8 minutes maybe, or more or less, you know, but this one will definitely give you around 10 minutes. So the battery lifetime, yeah, is pretty decent in my opinion. So the build quality, it's all fine. So I crashed it in a tree above around the 4 meters high, I think it was. So it fell down onto the ground, and yeah, one of the tail sections just popped off and I lost the tail rotor, but you know, there's a spare inside the box, so that's all fine. But still, you know, it's in one piece. So one thing what we don't like, you know, these little things will pop off, yeah, pretty quickly. So this one, I just lost one of those, so that's a shame. But you know, just glue those inside there and then there won't be any problem. So yeah, overall, this package, I really like this thing, guys. Alright guys, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you've got any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.